money from Zacatecas people come to the United States and Zacatecas than is made in Zacatecas. Without the immigrant population in Zacatecas or the United States, Zacatecas will not have a decent school, or a decent hospital, or a decent road. And it's gotten so powerful now that the Zacatecas Benevolent Society now tells the government of Zacatecas where they want to spend the money. Powerful stuff. Okay. I call myself Chicano because my father believed that it was important for us to hold on to our heritage and we should be activists. So I went to school at Berkeley in 65 through 1970. There were 27,000 students. There were 16 quote Latinos, 12 of whom were from Mexico and Latin America, leaving 4 of us that were Chicanos. Four native-born Mexican Americans out of 26,000 people. Not a lot of us. Okay, not a lot of us. So this is a very personal topic for me. Very personal topic. So I say, ¿qué pasa? What do we know? Okay. And I've given you some information over there, I think Sherry gave you from this facts. This just came out from the U.S. Census Bureau, 2010 numbers. The first categorization of numbers. I just filled some of them for us. Because numbers are powerful as words are powerful. First of all, I can't stand the term Hispanic. Okay, let me back up. I'm a member of a Latino scholarship group. 12 of us Latinos. We raise money for scholarships. We have 2 of our kids coming here to Whittier with 18 other students. And we never use the terms because we argue. We have Cubanos, we have Mexicanos, people from Chile, Argentina, Guatemala on our board. And we cannot agree on the term, so we stay away from the term Hispano. We stay away from the term Hispanic. We barely can tolerate Latino. Okay, okay, and we're all educated people, masters, doctorates, all professionals, and we argue incredibly about the power of the words. Okay, but what's important? Mexicanos, Mexicans represent 32 million of the 48 million plus Latino population in the United States. We are 50 million people, give or take a few million, because the Census Bureau is totally inaccurate in terms of the numbers. They undercount us, and many of us are invisible to them, even in terms of the categories they have where you mark yourself down. Okay? We are the largest quote, ethnic group in the United States. We represent 16% of the U.S. population, and we're growing tremendously, which takes us to being the largest population. So we project 133 more or less million Hispanos, Latinos, whatever you want to call us, by July 1st, 2050, 30% of the nation's population. Those are incredibly powerful numbers as it relates to education, it relates to business, as it relates to immigration. In huge numbers. Almost 1 out of every 2 people added to our population between now and 2010 are Latinos. We will represent 50% of the new additions. You get an idea of the numbers over here? 16 states have at least 500,000 Hispanic residents. Once again, that term, I took that from the census thing. Okay? But we're all over. We're in Alabama. We're plucking chickens in Alabama. We're picking beets in Wisconsin. Okay? We're taking care of our people in Chicago. The point is that we have a national presence. We're not just relegated to the Southwest. Okay? And what's going on with us here? Okay? Our population is estimated to be 37 million in 2010, 15 million Anglos, 14 million quote Hispanics, and 4.8 million Asians. We'll put the Asians up there. Because we tend to forget that in terms of immigration, both legal and illegal, there are probably more, and excuse me here for this generalization, there are probably more illegal Korean immigrants percentage-wise of our population than there are illegal Mexican immigrants. Keep that in mind. 1 out of 4 Koreans in the United States lives right here in Los Angeles. 1 out of every 4. And most of them don't have papers. Latino children under age 18, the largest majority of any group in California. 1 out of every 3 residents are Latino kids under age 18. So today, Anglo-California is the largest demographic group. The numbers have changed. They've gone from 46.7% in 2000 to 40% in 2010. The Anglo population, as we call it, that quote diversified population, the numbers are falling. Okay, as our numbers are increasing, as the numbers of Asians are increasing as well, not just Korean, but Chinese as well. So I know we're focusing on Latinos, Hispanos, okay, but there's huge immigration numbers. We are the melting pot of the Pacific Rim. for Korea, China, Taiwan, the Philippines, Indonesia, Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, Argentina, you name it. We are the melting pot, as New York was for the European immigration in the 1880s, 1920s. We are the melting pot today, and will continue to be. Okay. Another numbers, you can see it, we grew almost 30% in the last decade. Okay, non-Hispanic Asians grew bigger, 34%. I want to get a little bit of comparison over there. It's not just about Latinos, okay? It's about our Asian brothers. And LA, largest county at 9.8 million, and 48% are, once again, Hispanic, I use their term. Roughly 1 out of every 2 people in LA is Latino. Big numbers. Now, I want to give us a little baseline over here. Before 1940, racial ethnic diversity. Majority black, you can see the area over here, you're downtown. Majority Anglo, majority other, no majority. Okay, now, 1950, we're seeing a little bit of a change over here, right? A little bit increase in the black, majority Anglo, a little bit change. And now, Spanish surname. Okay, and up until then, we existed, but the Census Bureau didn't call us because we were white. The Census Bureau, we were white. There was no Latino designation in the Census Bureau. So we were considered white. Well, all of a sudden we show up. We've been here already. You know, East LA, over in our backyard, San Gabriel Valley. So you see the numbers over there, okay? You see the change that's going on? Oh, 1970. Wow. I mean, all of a sudden we are like a huge growth, right? A huge growth. Majority Hispanic or Latino. East LA, moving out this way, you know, El Monte, Montebello, Whittier, etc. And you see that the majority black population is concentrated over here in South Central. Okay. Now, 1980, a new complexion, right? A new physical, ethnic complexion to our area. Latino population, majority Hispanic, look at us. Just moving east. And the biggest growth, incidentally, is now in Riverside County and Imperial County and those counties, etc. The majority black population is still there. The black population is decreasing in numbers. The Anglo population is shrinking. Now, the 90s. I mean, these are dramatic changes that we're seeing over here. Majority Hispanic. So not only have we gone to San Gabriel, we're in San Fernando Valley now in terms of the numbers. Okay, we're down the Long Beach area. We're all the way out in Pomona. Okay, and the majority black population has pretty much stayed concentrated, okay, in that South Central LA area, but we're surrounding everyone. And then now, this is 2000. I don't have the 2010 yet. This is 2000. Majority, quote, Hispanic. I mean, we've taken over the heart of downtown. We are invading South Central. You notice the black population is being squeezed out, literally, in terms of the numbers in relation to the Latino population. Incredible. I should put the Asians up there when I have time to add them on. So this is the Golden State growth. This came all the Wall Street Journal last week. The Wall Street Journal had an article about the tipping of political and economic power in this country due to the incredible increases and progress of the Latino population. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the numbers. It's a little busy over here, but counties where minorities are the majority over here. Counties where Latinos are the majority. You can see how powerful that is. Asia Pacific Island here, I want to show you that the numbers are just increasing significantly over here. Hispanic is almost in a vertical climb. So the white population is going like this, right? The wave is going down. Our wave is going up. The Asian population is going up, and the black is decreasing. Gives you a little sense of where we're at. And you can't talk about social, political power without talking about economic power. The power of business. Okay? LA County, this is the most recent numbers I can get, 2002. 900,000 firms. It's a lot of firms. Many of them are small firms. But remember, the economic growth engine is small business. Small business being determined or defined by 25 or fewer employees. That is the economic growth engine for Southern California and probably for the rest of the nation. As large corporations shrink and decrease in size, small businesses are increasing. We're filling that gap over there. Black, 6%, Asian, 15.6%. Hispanic, Latino, 21%. Women-owned, fantastic, 30%. Okay? But once you get the Asian numbers up there, we don't talk much about it, but they have a huge economic and business presence in Southern California. Pretty much invisible. The media panders, to the issues in the Latino community and leaves the Asian community pretty much alone for a lot of reasons. Ignorance primarily. Okay, that's almost 250,000 Latino businesses in LA County. We have the largest Latin Business Association in the country, with the largest growth of Latino businesses in the United States right here going on. Now back to business. SCAD, Southern California Association of Governments in Merrill Lynch. This is their data. Southern California home to 303,000 minority business enterprises. Okay? There's the highest concentration of, quote, minority, I can't stand that term, but highest concentration really of ethnic businesses in the United States. Right here. Okay? All of this, LA and Orange County at 280,000, so it's right here, LA and Orange County. And incidentally, Orange County now has a majority Latino population for the first time. What's the thing of Orange County being the haven, that's refuge of the white Anglo population? Change. Big changes. Okay? We employ more than 600,000 people, make 50 billion. Between 87 and 92, the number of minority businesses grew 40%. And another 75%. And we represent 70% of all those businesses. So these are big numbers. Big numbers in terms of population, the shift, and also the economic impact. So that's just a very short perspective of. I teach business administration, and I have a number of my students over at business administration, and all I want to say is that regardless of whether you're in sociology or philosophy or history or religion, you need to be aware of the fact that the changes in the Latino population are creating dramatic tsunami-type changes in American business and culture. Okay? Positive. We're not necessarily wiping out, but we are changing the complexion of our society here. And in that respect, I asked two guests to come over here. I do a lot of manual labor in my house because I'm a poor professor over your college. Okay, and typically when I have hard stuff to do as I'm getting older, I rely upon day workers. And I go to Home Depot, and I go to other locations. Whenever I have a need, I look for a couple of day workers. And let me tell you how it works. I took some pictures today when I was driving up, incidentally, and I think Juan was there and was doing it. I was trying to get a few pictures to show the concentration. Up until 3 or 4 years ago, there were very few day workers over at Home Depot. But they got moved out of other Home Depots. Home Depots have different policies on it. Today, when I drove up, I was taking my camera, and I almost got chased away because they thought I was La Migra, or whatever, police. But I just wanted, and I'll be sharing with you later on if I can, develop them here in time. The point is, when I go there, I'll say, Juan, okay, 4 horas, 10 horas. 4 hours, $10, or 6 hours, $12, whatever it is. And I set the rate to begin with. And they can say yes or no, or whatever the case may be. I take them to my home, and I work with them. I just don't say go out and do it. I actually work with them. And we eat the same food, and we drink the same stuff. And then I take them back at the end of the day, and I say thank you. And sometimes if they do a really good job, I'll ask them for their number, because they all have cell phones today. And Juan worked for me 2 days, a couple of weeks ago, did really great work. And I called up Juan and says, Juan, ¿quieres ser profesor? You want to be a professor for a day? Sure. So I wanted to introduce Juan and Joaquin. And Joaquin I just met today. I said, Juan, find me another guy, a little bit different experience. Okay, tell him a little bit what we're going to do and ask him to come share with us. And that's what we're doing today. And I've asked Duran, she didn't mind, she could help us because her Spanish is far better than mine. Mine is Pocho Spanish. Hers is actually learned Spanish. Okay, and what I wanted to do was give you guys an opportunity, girls and guys, an opportunity to ask some questions.